We're now joined live by the former Middlesbrough and Cardiff defender, Mr. Sol Bamba. Sol, how you doing?
I'm good, Benty. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. What are you up to?
Nothing much, just chilling, enjoying the holiday, the family. You know, it's very rare when you got a lot of time off, so just enjoy it at the minute.
All right, well, it's good to speak to you. We know obviously you've been recently at Middlesbrough. I mean, a lot of people will remember you for your penalty you scored at Old Trafford against Manchester United. Well, I certainly remember it.
I don't recall that.
But how would you assess your season last season? How do you think it went?
To be honest, Benty, it was disappointment, to be honest, because we were in the mix and I think we just missed it a couple points away. And I think the target at the beginning of the season was to make the playoff. Obviously, we changed the manager. Neil Warnock left and Chris Wilder came in. To be fair, credit to him, he galvanised us and managed to get everyone on board. And unfortunately, we missed out on the playoff. So overall, when we look at it, it's a bare disappointment, to be honest. But like you mentioned, we had a great cup run. We enjoyed those games and played against a big team. Managed to knock a few of them out as well. So overall, it was a very good season, but at the end, he was a bit disappointed, really.
Sol, I remember speaking to you after a 0-0 draw down at Bournemouth towards the end of the season, and you said that if Middlesbrough did win promotion, that might be time for you to hang up your boots, the perfect way to bow out. Obviously, that didn't happen. So what does the future hold for Sol Bamba? Because I have heard one or two whispers about potential destinations for you in terms of your next club.
Yeah, you're very well connected, Alex. So, you know, I won't be surprised if you had all the gossip. And but at the minute, it's just thinking about a few options, because what is key for me is my next stage of my career will be coaching and management. So I'm not really focused on playing. So I want the best projects as possible for me to carry on my journey as a learning younger coach, really. So, you know, I've got a couple of options here and there in the Championship, League One, League Two. So I will assess all my options and make the best decision possible for me and the family.
So I know you had a good relationship with Neil Warnock. Obviously, I played under Neil as well, and I know what a fantastic guy he is. And I know, obviously, the personal issues you had as well, with your illness as well. He was very good to you. Have you spoke to him about what the future holds for you, and you've taken any advice off of Neil Warnock?
Yeah, I think did you spoke to him 2 days ago now, because you know I actually spoke to him recently, and listen, he's been pivotal for my career. You know my missus very well. You know the kids. So every big decision, I always talk to him. So 2 days ago, we were on the phone, and he said exactly what I said to Alex. He said to me, "Listen, don't focus too much about playing. I know you still want to play Premier League if I listen to you, because you think you can, but you have to look at more as the next stage of your career, where it's coaching. So you have to, you know, decide what is best for you and what is the best project for you." And to be fair, I listen to him all the time, because, as you know, Darwin is a very good man management, and he's done so much for my career. So, you know, I will listen to his advice very, very closely.
So just quickly an extension on that. Would you say then he's probably the best manager or your favourite manager that you've worked under?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to work with a lot of managers. But he's definitely up there. I always said he's the mix between, you know, obviously very, very good man management. For me, he's probably the best in the world. And you can argue the way he played, you know, I mentioned that before. But he always get the best out of his players. And I think that's, for me, is key. So definitely for me, he was one of the best managers I work under. I think I can put Sven-Göran Eriksson up there as well. You know, I work with him at Leicester. He's a very, very good tactical manager and good man management as well. But for me, Neil Warnock is up there, definitely.
He knew who to leave out a World Cup squad as well, Sven-Göran Eriksson. He was good at
that. To be fair, Alex, he done that to me as well. You know, we qualified for the World Cup 2010, and for the last 2 years, I was in the team playing regularly. And we got to the World Cup, get the pre-season game, the last pre-season game as well, as scores against Paraguay. And the day before we played Portugal in 2010, the first game of our World Cup, he beat me out. He put me on the side and put Zokova at the centre half, and knocked me out of the team. So all the players, remember, Drogba, Kolo Toure said to me, "Listen, let's go in his office, talk to him. You know, we got a team here for the last 2 years. We've been doing well." And I said, "No, listen, it's the manager's decision. I'm disappointed, but, you know, we have to respect the manager's decision." So I know what you're talking about, Alex. You've done that to me.
Oh, well, to be fair, my bar was aimed at Benty, not yourself. So. Talk to me about Djed Spence, one of your former teammates at Middlesbrough, did so well on loan at Nottingham Forest last season. Looks like he will probably be heading to the Premier League with Tottenham. I think the two clubs are still haggling over a fee. Didn't have a great relationship with Neil Warnock. There was a Twitter exchange after he won promotion. What is he like as a character? Do you see him as someone who can go and have a really good career at the highest level?
Yeah, absolutely, and he proved it. He proved it last season. Credit to him. He went on loan, done very well for himself. I think he needed a platform where he needed something new. I think it's not just down to the manager. Listen, it's not because I've got a good relationship with one, I mean, everyone will have one. So, it was a couple of issues with the gaffer. He needed a new start. He went to Forest and done so well. Listen, the potential is there. He's an unbelievable, fantastic player. I think under Conte, in my opinion, I think he will learn a lot. And I think young player need discipline, and I'm sure Conte will give that to him. Going forward is fantastic, but I think defensively he can improve. And for me, Tottenham will be the best move for him, but you have to give credit to himself. He went on loan and done very well, so he deserves his Premier League move.
So, talk to me about how disappointed Cardiff City fans will be after the news that Gareth Bale had chosen to go to Los Angeles. Could you ever see that happening where he goes to Cardiff, or do you think there's still an opportunity he could end up there at the end of his career?
I think at the end of his career, potentially, yeah. I think the fact Cardiff was, in conversation with him is already massive. Obviously, the fan, I still live in the area. The fan was buzzing. That was the talk on the town. And unfortunately, it didn't materialize. But I think overall, I think it will happen. Is his club. He always said he would want to play for the club before he retire. So I'm sure it will happen later in the years. But it's a shame it didn't happen this season because I think it would be a massive lift for the club, for the city. But unfortunately, he decided to go and play in America.
Yeah, well, listen, so we really appreciate you coming on and thank you for your time. And when you make a decision on what happens next, make sure you come to the boot room first and you tell us all about it.
Alex will be the first to know that.
No, not Alex. Not Alex, me. No, Alex, me.
Benty, listen, I'm still waiting to come on the show. That's the first time Alex invited me to come in. So you be the last, let me tell you that.
Do you know what? So listen, I've been trying to get him, but Crookie's going, no, I'll get him on. So I allowed Crookie to do it this time. But for sure, the next time, you're coming into the studio to join us.
Perfect. Top man. I appreciate that, lads. Take care.
Top man. Bamba there, the former Middlesbrough defender.